and it's a lovely time again with us on the show, Conversations. My name is Elizabeth. I know today a lot of people are doing something or one thing relating to the environment. We may be talking on the opposite, and that's love. Today is seen as Valentine's Day. In fact, the month of February is recognized as the month of love, and people have different expressions to this love. But I always ask myself, why do we have to limit it to a day, a week, or a month? Why do we still have prevalence of hatred, hostility, hate speech, haters, whatever you call it, both on the internet, in one-on-one interpersonal relationship, and of course the entire Nigeria and world? If we still have to be reminded to love ourselves, then there is a problem. Who should be loved? Who deserves to be loved? Who should love? Those are questions we need to tackle on this set today. And Elizabeth is just going to sit back, have my sip of coffee, and let others do the talking. But who are the people doing the talking? Let's start by introducing ourselves. Hello.
Good morning. My name is Joy. Happy Valentine to everybody.
Happy Valentine. You're looking actually very Valentine.
I'm looking red.
Yes. I need to check the back too. There has to be Valentine's stuff inside. I've actually given you a lot of cookies here. That's my Valentine's gift.
Hello, good morning. My name is Maimuna Umi Abdullah, aka Coach Titi.
Okay.
Chukwumahaka. I'm in the midst of women. What do you expect?
Why are you shy?
Why wouldn't I?
Please, your name.
My name is
not
Chukwumahaka, please.
Okay, better.
And my name is Devan, and I wish you all a happy Valentine's Day.
I don't believe in it.
And a happy celebration of love.
Thank you very much. You know, when you say that, you say it with a smile. Last year, I recall, you said you were still warming up to go and give Mr. Mom gifts.
Yeah.
I hope you were able to do that.
I don't actually remember what happened last year.
Okay, what do you remember
what
to do?
Valentine's? Well, today happens to also be Ash Wednesday. I'm Catholic, and that just marks the beginning of the Lenten season. So it's a very solemn period for us. It's a season of fasting, self-reflection. It's a season of cutting back on excesses and things like that. So this Valentine's Day is not going to be something that will be filled with pomp and pageantry. In fact, we're fasting, so it's not the whole thing of even going to eat out. You go and eat out if you're not going to eat meat or anything. So it's going to be low key. But the good thing is, I want to believe my husband knows I love him.
Yeah, he knows.
And I know he loves me too. We love each other. We love our kids. And we try to keep that spirit alive regardless of what day it is.
It is.
So
that's how it should
I
be.
wish that for everybody else.
That's how it should be. But then let me find out from a coach, how do you express love?
You know, there's something many people don't understand. There's something called love language.
Love language.
Yeah, love language. Everybody has a unique way they want to be shown love, depending on your personality. So it could be an act of service. Those who, like the women that want their men or people around them to help them do things, they feel loved. Their words of affirmation. You know, I care about you, you're amazing, da 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 da. People love that. Some people love gifts. I love gifts. I love gifts. And there is time. Some people, no matter what you give them, it doesn't make them feel loved or valued unless you give them your time. You know, so there are different love languages. So love means different things to different people. But being a coach, and especially a mental health coach who is focused on women's mental health, I emphasize on self-love. To be honest, right now in my life, who I love most in this dear world of mine is moi.
Wow. Okay. So what are you doing for yourself today?
I'm going to give myself a treat. In fact, I don't know whether we should just do it together, Joy. Let's go together and go and chop food. I swear.
So I guess Joy is planning to...
What happened yesterday? You know, the good thing here is that I love myself. I don't wait for people to love me. And I spoil myself silly. The little way that I can.
I've seen it in her bags.
The little way I can do it. But yesterday somebody said, oh, they're going out with their husbands. And I said, okay. We that are single, we decided that we wanted to go somewhere today. And I think by 4 o'clock, the good thing is that I'm not Catholic. So I'm going to eat meat. But
you said the good thing is I'm not Catholic.
So I've done my own fasting. So meat I eat today,
You will chop it.
I will chop up. But I want to say something. I'm a football lover. We didn't win, fine. And I always tell people, you win some, you lose some. It's just football. I'm not an Iwobi fan. I've never been, but he's a member of the Super Eagles. And what happened after we lost is disheartening. For him to go on his Instagram page to delete everything and stop being on social media is sad. When I heard what people did to him, when I heard what people said to him, it was terrible. So please, Nigeria, go on loving Iwobi. A team is 11. There are 11 players, for crying out loud. It's not just Iwobi, and the hatred is too much. So I want to tell my Super Eagle players that I love you, whether you won or you lost.
Who said they didn't win?
There's always, I always say it, there is always another day.
Yeah.
And you see, this team for me, fantastic team. I love you. Happy Valentine. I'm going to see you guys today. So enjoy yourself till I see you guys today.
All right, we intentionally left out a man, and don't panic. We're just going to ask you, what are you going to do for baby Oluchi today?
Eventually, from the time I got married to my wife, one of the key things we know is that I don't celebrate her.
Why? You need to. Your voice is suddenly low.
Love is meant to be celebrated every day, not to be a special day. So when people do all this Lovers Day thing, what have you been doing all your life with your wife in the house? Why should you bring out a day to say that's the day you want to show love?
Did you not celebrate it before you got married?
I've been doing that every day. And
the question is, before you got married to Oluchi,
if
did you celebrate
a friend of
Valentine's
mine,
Day?
you want to hear the truth, not on this thing. I never used to. A friend of mine asked me yesterday, but why don't you celebrate? But I said it was an idea I adopted while I was in the university. I had about 3 girlfriends then. And so in order to avoid the clash, so I would always want to stay away from celebrating Val. So what I'll do is this, I'll buy their individual gifts and send to them then, and I'll receive 3. So because of that, it became part of me. And when I was getting married, I told her I don't do it. And to be honest with you, my birthday this day, only a few friends know I'm not a celebration kind of person. Fortunately for me, I married someone that does that. So she does for the family.
He doesn't know how to dance, so he doesn't.
No, but yeah, you see this thing of why pick one day to celebrate love? What have you been doing? Why do we have Mother's Day?
No.
I think there are about 3 or 4 Mother's Days. So that means we've not been celebrating them all along. Why do we? No, I disagree. Because something is important, it is good to bring out one day and celebrate it. And in fact, I think all 365 days of the year have one thing or another linked to them. So having a day to celebrate love is perfectly fine.
Beautiful. Well, all right, we're going to take a little break. We're going to go out there in the street and join Ehi and the rest of the team. Get to find out how do Nigerians express love? How do they expect it to be expressed to them? When we come back, we'll have one more guest join us.
Happy Valentine's Day. It is said that love is not just a word, but an action. Therefore, you shouldn't just say it, you have to express it. 14th February worldwide is marked as the Day of Love. And as our faces are different, So here's our definition of love and how we express it. Let's head into the streets and hear from some of you how you define love and how you express it.
Love is a strong feel of mine for something or someone, and this can be shown through your actions, your words, and all of that. I express love by my actions. If I tell somebody I love them, I try to do things that convince them and shows them that I really, really do love them from my heart.
Love can be expressed in different forms and in different ways. The way in which I express my own type of love is differs, but there is one specific thing I would like to talk about. I express my love by showing care to my husband. That's one. Do something I know he likes, prepare his favorite meal, buy him gifts. Those kind of things really trigger him. It boosts his morale to show that yes, I really love him. Sometimes go extra miles to put smile on his face.
Love is a practical word. It is an expression of kindness to one another.
Love, in my description, is putting someone else's needs before yours.
Love is everything. And how do I express love? I express love by being caring. I feel being caring is also part of love, and being supportive. Then giving gifts is actually part of love.
Love is more of an affection thing. What it means to me is I feel loved when I feel secured. I feel loved when I can actually see who I can quickly run to in times of need and I will get help. I feel loved when I see people around me. And the month of February usually is said to be the month of love. And fortunately also I was born in the month of February. So I'm a love baby. In fact, myself, I'm an embodiment of love. I don't love because you must love me. I love even when you don't give me the love back. And so love is not just about being romantic, a man-woman thing, no. Love is all about showing affection to whosoever, no matter the class, no matter the level you belong, wherever the person is coming from, it does not matter.
Love means to share, sacrifice, and to cherish one another.
Such beautiful expressions and definitions of love. Let's now head back into the studio to continue our discussion.
All right, so we just touched base with the Nigerian populace. Of course, it's a sample representation, and we heard what they said, not too far from what the people in the studio here also think about the expression of love. But when that was happening, another coach sneaked in. Yes, that's the word. But she sneaked in with her personality well displayed on the table. Timeout technique. That's Coach Tooks. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And we asked a question which I'm going to take you on. What's your own expression of love?
So, happy Valentine's
Oh my
Day, my darling.
You were hiding that.
I love the rose.
I was wondering. I never got. I mean, there's a single rose is you love me. I'm the only person in your life, right?
Coach City has been.
So my friends always say, "Coach Toxie is my bestie. I have so many besties. I don't know, but I love you, girl." And I have to shout out to my friends and to the ones that taught me how to love. My mom, my dad, And happy Valentine's Day to you all.
Thank you very
You all
much.
look so lovely.
Thank you.
So do you.
It's lovely, actually. Just lovely for. But love is a continuous tense. So it's present continuous. And love just means showing. Love shows up. Love speaks. Love holds you, and love says it's okay.
Well, I have a different,
Wow.
I have
Okay.
I have a
The
different-
man. You have a different view.
My definition of love is that it's the willingness to sacrifice.
Sorry?
The willingness to
Your
sacrifice.
voice is
Willingness-
low.
True. There's
Love
that.
is the willingness to sacrifice.
Yeah.
Your ability to sacrifice. You know, most times you see people have squabbles every day. The birth of hatred is the absence of sacrifice. When you refuse to sacrifice and you claim you love, that's where hatred comes in. So your ability to sacrifice, your willingness to sacrifice is love. And I'm a Christian, and I always practice from the point of Christianity. It was the sacrifice of Christ on the cross of Calvary, which the Catholics are starting to do today by the Ash Wednesday, that gave birth to what we have today as a love for God and giving ourselves back to God. Because Christ sacrificed himself. He forgot everything that was gained for him and gave out himself that people would be loved, and he died for our sins. Now, based on that, if you claim that you love someone, that's why I said there should not be a special day. Forgive me, every other person has opinion, and Devan, I agree with you. There should not be one special day to begin to do the sacrifice. If you must live with people every day, chances are that people are going to be offending you every day. And if you have, there are people that share love on Valentine's Day, and there and then in the evening you see them fight.
Yeah.
And that is not pure love. Pure love is not about gifting. Pure love is not about hugging. Pure love is about how willing are you able to look at that person that has offended you and say, I've forgiven you, and you forgive and forget. That's love. And if you're willing to do that, that's love.
Okay, no, so it brings us back to what we really want to look into today, because I always say that it's not for nothing that today is 14th of February and love is being celebrated, and at the same time the Ash Wednesday in the Christendom, most especially the Catholic faithfuls, they're also starting the Lenten season, which is for me the beginning of the expression of love by Christ for 40 days. Now, if we have this as examples and it's falling on today, my question again is, why do we have so much prevalence of hatred within us? She just mentioned something about what we did to Iwobi. And I was telling somebody, it's uncalled for, because Super Eagles for a long time haven't been able to get to semi-finals, talk less of finals. And for me, they are a win. It's a game. Somebody must win. Yeah. But look at the kind of hatred that trended. Should it be? Beyond even the football, there's so much going on in terms of hatred. You post anything, there are people that have actually called themselves within the netizen haters. Yeah. They must hate. Yes, whatever you post your picture, no matter how adorable it is, somebody is going to zoom in, and if he doesn't see anything, he's going to put a mark.
No,
even this one you're saying now, they'll still hate you on social media.
The thing here is, like I always tell people, like he said, you love every day, but there's special days. There's special days. I tell my mom I love her all the time, but there's special days when it's Mother's Day that I do certain things for her because it's Mother's Day. The thing about us as a people is that we should talk to ourselves, because we ourselves don't have the capacity to love. So it's not about saying other people hate. And I always tell people, it's what you give, that's what you get back in return. We're saying people are not loving people, people are hating people. What about us? The thing here is that I am a picture person. I like to do pictures. It makes me happy. And you see some people, what is it now? With the minute you just put on Facebook, bye, you are there. Instagram, you are there. And you know what I tell people? If you have a problem with it, block me. It's my status.
Exactly.
Some people don't understand why you have to be happy.
Yeah,
They don't even know what you're going through. They just see the facial thing, and they just give a total. Because everybody said every day your teeth they open.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
Don't you brush it
And
every
open
day?
some more, please.
Excuse me, but you see, the thing here is, like I always tell people, stay with people who are positive. Stay with people who have the capacity to love. Stay with people that can give you and you can give back to them. I always tell people that you want to get love, but you can give love.
Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
The way both of you have talked already. And so we talked about Ash Wednesday, you were saying about love means forgiving and sacrificing, and you were talking about how God, so for me, I just remember that, so how the Bible says that God loves the world and gave. And I got two things from that. Talked about forgiveness. He doesn't look at all those things. Oh, he's not looking at all the things that we're doing. You know, and so he sends this is one and only son that he loves so much, but he loves us too, for in whatever it is that we're doing, and he gave us something. You know, for me that's a sacrifice that you're saying, and there's a giving in it. So even when you love and you're not liking, two different words, you can still love, and you will give. When I was talking about hugging somebody, when she talks about always showing her teeth, that smile that you see is sending a message of love. Everybody needs love every day. It's something that brightens your face and the day for somebody else. You know, so love means so many things to so many people.
I think that for me too, that's what I wanted to say.
Yes.
Love means different things to different people.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think you can have one definition of
No,
love.
that's not.
What may be love to you, it may not be love to me. We are
That's
all
why you have
different.
love
And
languages.
Thank you. And the thing about haters is, look, they must exist.
Exactly.
They must exist. And that's okay. You see, maybe because I'm a mindset coach, it's all about me, not them.
There you go.
See, and I don't come from this place of anger, because I come from a place of empathy. You know why? When I look at someone who hates, I think of what could have possibly happened to this person that made them this way.
Yeah.
So it makes me come from a place of compassion. I can't remember the last time I had an argument or got really, really angry. Why? Because I've been able to find a way to manage myself.
That's nice.
You see this life, you see village people. Then they.
Yes.
And that it's not my job. It's not my
be
job to correct a person's understanding or the way they see things. That's not my job. That's your job. My job is to understand where you're coming from and leave you there. We have to learn to leave people where they are in their lives.
That's emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Boss, that is what we teach.
Emotional intelligence.
A small part of it has seeped into my life.
Emotional intelligence is about our ability to see from the point of view of whoever is acting the way they are acting.
Yeah.
And it helps for me, like what you just said. I used to be very, what word will I use? I used to get angry easily before. And all of a sudden, no, angry. I used to get
angry.
And all of a sudden, I discovered that those things no longer matter to me. I had a section on emotional intelligence, and since then it has helped me improve. And talking about why people hate, always consider the background of the people that hate.
Yeah, that's
so.
agreed.
Like Joyce said, you cannot give what you don't have. When you are in the midst of haters, you will always produce hatred. When you are in the midst of lovers, you always produce love.
Yeah.
I am not on social media. Reason is because the only social media I am on is LinkedIn. That one is a professional page, and then the WhatsApp because my phone is online. Reason is because of what Joyce said earlier. You have people who come on board to criticize people without even making any positive contribution, and they heat up the environment. And before you know it, you're not considering the effect of your action towards the person. Now, at the end, you're having fun without knowing what damage you have caused in the life of the other person. So, and in order to avoid me exposing myself to every junk people drop on that social media, I move on. I move away from it.
No, but
I blocked the assets. Like Kochiti said, I have the control of my mind. I have the control of my environment. And part of my control of my environment is stay away from things that are going to pollute my environment. If I see you as someone, if you're a friend of mine and I chat with you 10 minutes, I will know if I'm coming back to you again from the kind of things that will come out from your mouth. Once I walk away, I don't, you see this, my mind, my environment, I have the key, I lock it and I will lock it. So when I see you as a hater, you're not around me because I'm not a hater.
But let me come to this whole thing of hating and hatred and all of this. And because it so happens that this year's Valentine's Day has also clashed with a spiritual celebration for Christians, it will be very hard to have this conversation without constantly making reference to God, the Bible and such. So please forgive me, we're not turning it into a spiritual exercise. It's because of the nature of the coincidence of today.
Thank you for the caveat.
You do know that the Bible says that the heart of man is desperately wicked.
Wow.
And you can't tell.
It doesn't say that the heart of man is wicked. It says desperately wicked. And that is God describing his own creation. Every human being is capable of evil.
Yeah, agree.
Good people can do bad things.
Yes,
just as bad people sometimes do good things.
Yeah.
It's the percentage. You are good because, or you are seen to be loving because for the vast majority of your interactions with other people, that is how you come off. It doesn't mean that you lack the capacity for evil. It's there. Sometimes, maybe based on wisdom, spiritual self-control or whatever, you have been able to control the capacity of your dark side to influence you. But there are many people who easily allow themselves to fall into vice. In many instances, yes, there are people who are pure evil, but in many instances, it's just people being weak and not wanting to explore values like self-discipline, self-control.
True.
You know, you want to show people that you can vibrate when you are angry. You know, there's a kind of power you get when you are angry. If you've ever been the kind of person that sometimes goes into that extreme blind rage. Hot rage, there's a power that you feel, and it's not a clean power.
Not at all. Not at all.
And if you know when you are in a state of rage, because while I'm ordinarily a very tempered person, there are times when I used to get really white hot angry. I develop unnerving strength. At that point, I could harm you, and it's bad. Because I'm not ordinarily the strongest person on the face of the planet, but when that anger comes, I guess it's the adrenaline.
Yeah, it's adrenaline.
And that is when somebody, blind rage, you stab somebody, blind rage, you shoot, blind rage. And all of these things are coming from a place of, as a human being, you are flawed. Your maker has already said you are flawed. So you should know that there's that potential for darkness inside you. And what are you going to do about it? Are you going to fall into it and enjoy those moments of power it gives you? Are you going to run away from it and explore the better side of you? At the end of the day, like most of us have said here, it depends on you.
You're right.
You know, my question again is like our topic said the prevalence of evil in the society, hate and all of that. I want to get to a point where perhaps at the end of this program, we're able to capture, even if it's just one person or two, who will say, okay, I'm used to, doing bad to people. I'm not going to do it again because of what I heard from conversations. We often hear people say, okay, you've touched me. I want to be able to, I believe that we should be able to get that done at the end of today. But how do we begin to change people to learn to love rather than to hate? Because just like what you said, on a personal basis, I have noticed that the minute I'm able to control myself from anger, from getting back immediately, most often my method is to walk away from the object or event of anger. And when I do, I am very lucky person, perhaps blessed. I often forget. The next time I'm seeing you, I don't remember how. Maybe my mind might tell me we're quarreling, but I don't remember the cause or how it started.
Exactly.
So, and a lot of times I won't even remember. I go back to you and behave like I was before. So that trick is what I do to, control myself. When you're getting on my nerves, I just walk away. Because if I talk, I'm going to mess you up real big.
So how do we begin
before we get to where you're
before where you're going. When I was in school, I don't know, I had a problem with people from polygamous homes. You know, I wasn't stereotyping, but I realized, no, I'm just trying to tell you where I'm going. And there was something. And one day I asked a question. It was a competition. It was what happened from where they were coming. From their own environment. They were now trying to put it. And the sad part was that everybody that was in my room was polygamous. Little things, triggered them.
So you know the saying that what you fear the most comes in front of you.
Yeah.
It just happens, right?
So but you see,
always come there because that's what's on your mind.
Yeah. But you know the thing here was, I now said, so the good thing here is that let's talk. And I just realized that when you start growing up, like I always tell people, when you done the waka, you can't go back to crawl. So it's a process. So I now realized that because of where they're coming from, that is what they know.
Yeah.
So most of the time, I never blame them anymore. So the good thing here is that we started talking. So, and the thing with Nigerians, everybody, is that I like to show love to my cook, to my driver, to people that are below me. Because one thing I notice here is that people like to pretend to love people who are up there.
True.
And the ones who are lower, they trample on them. So for me, that's what is most important.
Everything's
I wanted to say something about, from what Devan said, sorry. She had said something that we have a lot of good in us and a lot of bad in us. And self-control, or the ability to think of what actions we put out, would help us in checking, because Lizzie had said something about us getting the people out there to listen and apply to it. First, I will always encourage people to do what you said you do, or every action you want to take towards someone. Like people who are going to take an instance from what's happening. If you want to write concerning you will be or a person, when you want to write, ponder on the action, the effect, the consequences of your action to the person. Because most times we allow our emotions control us. In some cases, you see people, like you said, at that point you want to stab. After that instant, you regret it.
Yeah.
And I've seen in cases where some people make me angry and I want to type something to respond, and I drop my phone and walk away. When I come back, I have a rethink, and I wouldn't send that thing again.
I would even say, hi babe, what's up?
So instead of taking action because that point you want to prove.
If it is social media, I just block.
So for me,
I warn you twice and block.
As many as possible.
I warn you twice and block.
You don't have to be in my face.
You know what you're saying, I'm talking about, so like you're all talking about, just take a time out 1 second. 2 minutes, 1 minute, count 10 first of all. Rethink. Everything is a learned habit. When you talk about people from a polygamous home, that's where they're coming from. What they've seen is what they bring out. We talk about emotional intelligence and fly on the wall. When something happens, take 1 minute. Before you type, think, okay, or before you act, what if it was me? Put yourself in that picture. How would I feel? Emotional intelligence, how do you feel? You have to feel something. In loving there's feelings. In hatred, of course, there's feelings, but if you just take one step back, like you said, when you type a little bit, you might just stop and say, why? So take the time out to rethink it, rephrase it, reframe it, put some picture in it. I always tell people, paint a picture. What colors do you see? Look at the bright colors here today. It'll pop in your eyes. It might make you smile. It might make you just keep quiet a little bit and say,
or you could just hit the wall.
You know what punch the wall? No way. But let me tell you.
I break my nose.
You see, the funny thing here is, like what you said. Everybody says, if my friends are watching, they know me. I'm not confrontational. People say, but it's not nice. Why do they keep something for your mind? No, I walk away.
Yeah.
Look, it's
a peace of mind.
I'm both extremes.
Yeah.
I love and I walk away because I just realized that people want you to take too much of them when it's killing you. I'm not going to do that. And guess what? I made up my mind when I was 50. That was the first thing I said. I said,
are you sure you're 50?
I'm 55. I will be 56 this year. But you see the thing here, then I said it. I said, I will not let anybody break me. Because the choice of words people use on people is disheartening.
Again, you don't allow the choice of words. I'm going to bring a little of emotional intelligence here. The choice of words people use on you when they type, you give that word voice.
Yes.
There is no voice in every word written. You gave the voice. Any way you read, the way you read whatever is written.
You have your capacity.
Wait. Which voice does stupid have?
Fine. Okay, now I'm coming. I'll respond. I'll respond.
Yeah.
Okay. Stupid could be
a compliment.
No. Sorry. I'm coming. Somebody saying someone is stupid. You look at it from the point of, is this person talking about me or talking about the person itself? See, I've lived with someone who usually gets so angry, and when the person is angry, like, you're just, everything you are seeing is around you. You are the one fueling this. And to our listeners, when you read a message, read it from another tone.
Yes.
Give
Every
it a
tone
different meaning.
yes. Most times it's not easy to say. It's a learned experience.
Once you start,
yes,
continue. One step at a time.
I'll share what
I'm hearing is give the benefit of the doubt, right?
No.
I just choose to refrain the meaning I portray.
Yes. Am I stupid?
Which other meaning?
No. The question is this.
How can the friend?
Sorry.
Yes.
I will give you a story on what I said to my son to answer this. Now, he was angry that somebody said something to him. And I called him, I said, Kamsi, you're a girl. He said, no, Daddy, I'm not a girl. I said, you're a girl. He said, no, I'm not a girl. I said, you're a girl. Let's study. Look at me, I'm a boy. I said, then, if you know you are a boy and you are so conscious of the fact that you're a boy, why are you bothered with what someone else has said concerning you? If someone says stupid, are you stupid? If you're not stupid, maybe this person is not feeling it.
You're stupid.
You couldn't be stupid.
You choose it.
You walk away.
But sweetheart,
it is you.
How can a friend of mine look at me and tell me you're a definition of a bee?
That person is not your friend.
No, she is your friend.
I'm telling you, she's my friend.
Okay, honest. A review. An honest review. Yeah, you're right.
No, also tell you what you don't like.
Yeah, of course, that's the truth.
But you see,
and then where she is in her life at that moment.
You don't tell somebody you're a definition of a bee.
Do you know this? What remember this song?
Bitch.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you know, she was trying to be politically correct, and now you took her there.
So, do you remember this song? It was in sometime in the 80s. Please, I love myself. I'm proud of me. So I love that song.
That was before my time.
I think from when I was young, and I was in school, and people, because I was really plump, really quite big. And they would just go, this is Tokumo. Do you really like yourself? Look how you look. Sorry. I love myself. And I'll get punished. I think I'll continue singing. I'm proud of me. That's me.
You know what you're saying now. Recently, somebody, said something to me. I was really mad. I needed to reply, but I didn't know how to go about it without being offensive. You know what I did?
Yes.
I got collection of my pictures, beautiful ones. The ones that are not beautiful, I edited them into beauty. And then I captioned all of them one by one. Omalicha, Priscilla, Adugo. All those things. I captioned them pretty well. Made a video. 50-something minutes, and I sent it to the person.
Fantastic.
And then at the end of it, I said, I love you too.
That person must have been close enough
no,
to really hurt you.
He really annoyed me. Yes.
Yeah.
And instead of getting back, that was what I did. And I actually expected an anger, but she called me back to say, babe, you're on too much. Person cannot even vex you. So, and that was the end of it. So, like you said, your reaction is important.
Very
When
key.
when people annoy you, how you take it. Sometimes I abuse my children. It could be serious. It could be jocularly done. And what I always get back is, "I love you too, Mom." And I'm saying, you're supposed to be angry. You say, "Yes, we know."
When I'm angry,
love you too.
I love you.
You know. So
you see, I think it also depends on the person that's saying whatever is being said.
Agree.
If a stranger comes at me sideways, like on social media, for instance, I'm like, dude, I don't, condone this kind of language on my page. Express yourself better. You do it again, I give you another one. Third time, I just block you.
You can
Good.
block.
Yes.
That's a good
I
word.
don't give you two chances.
No, if you're not my
I
friend,
just delete whatever it is and I move on.
But if it's somebody that I'm close to and I cherish our relationship, and I love you and I think you love me too, there is the kind of thing you'll say to me that will keep me awake at night.
Yeah, naturally.
And especially with instances of language that suggests distrust. I don't know why that doesn't work for me. I'm the kind of person that takes time to study my persons. I have a very good idea what each person is capable of.
Really?
Yes, a very good idea. I didn't say I know anybody 100%.
you have the spirit
Nobody
of
does.
discernment. You have the spirit of discernment.
And I just say I study people.
Okay.
Yeah, I work with you based on when this thing happened last time. This person acted this way. It happened again. So I work with what patterns. I study you. I take time to study you, and I expect people to study me.
Now that's where
I
you
know
get it
what
wrong.
feels.
No, hang on.
Yeah, they don't have
So
to.
when that doesn't happen,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you've known me for what, 19 years, and you honestly believe I have the capacity to do this to you. There's no difference between you and any random stranger that bumped into me on the road. You should be able to say, Devan will not do this. And then find out that, she actually did it. But I expect you to give me the benefit of the doubt based on you've known me for long enough, and the face I've shown you has not shown that kind of thing
Sometimes
before.
emotions don't work that way.
We all have the capacity to have a hidden side and do deep, dark, dirty things. But have I shown you that I have the capacity to do this evil thing that you understand? For instance, if somebody walks into the house and accuses my kids of something, I know the person that has the tendency to do that
I
thing.
agree with
And
you
you
there.
understand?
And then
So
sometimes
when
I
you
shock
say
you what I didn't think.
when you
I
say,
agree with you.
I know that there's a possibility that this person may have done this, but because they've never done it in my presence, I will give them that benefit of the doubt first. Until I find out that, oh, you actually did it. Oh, I will now add this to your repertoire of things that you normally do. You understand? Because you haven't stolen before. So if some random person walks in and tells me that Henry stole, I'll be like, well, he doesn't steal in this house.
You see this
I don't
thing
know what you're
yourself.
talking
But
about.
you see, sorry,
okay.
can I say something? You see, this particular thing, it happened to me. My son was like 12 or 13, and then a woman walked up to me in school. I went to pick him up, and she came with her son. That her son said, my son insulted his father. I was shocked. The first thing I did was apologize.
Okay.
My son, I didn't believe my son could do it. But then that's the thing about life. How can you say you know what anybody can do?
No,
I'm not talking about you.
apologizing
I'm
is
just giving an
fine,
example.
but imagine that the minute that man said that, you turned around and slapped your
That's the
son.
point.
Why would you
I
do
wouldn't
something like that without
Then I
even...
asked him. Then I asked my son, did you say that? He said yes.
What happened?
So
I thank you. Then I said,
you
why?
gave him the
Listen,
benefit
listen,
of the doubt by
listen.
asking, because
Listen,
that's
and I
not
said-
who you know
I
him
said,
to
why?
be.
He said he insulted my own father
Bagas.
first. The mother was right there.
Cause and effect. Cause and effect.
Then I turned to my son and said, but you shouldn't have even done that. The fact that he did something wrong, that doesn't give you the right to do the same thing.
Exactly.
When he insulted your father, do you believe in his insult? Just like he said, are you a boy, are you a girl? Did you believe in what he said? He said no. I said, then why the hell did you insult his father? What did I teach you?
But the whole
When
thing is,
just listen,
you
Devon,
trusted
Devon.
him enough to
Yes,
even ask,
that's the
because it was
point.
out of character for you.
To be honest, it wasn't out of character because me, I can never say that I have somebody's character in my hand. I have
No, I
never
didn't
believed.
say that either.
No.
I said I
I'm
said
saying
based on
that-
patterns.
No, but you know, let me say, growing up for me was a bit. I said it, I've been saying it here. Growing up, because I was my color, and I had a bit of complex, and
because you were dark.
Because I was dark,
Blacky.
you know, and
Yeah,
I
they can tease you to nonsense.
I was
Blacky.
let me tell
I've
you,
always been Blacky.
I went to a mixed school, and I realized that I was never talked to. When we go to a party, Look, you see the thing here.
Like boys don't talk to you. That's
Yeah.
Then you see, and let me tell you, I'm here, and the thing about life and about television is that other people are going through what you did. You see, so let's call a spade a spade. The thing here was that was why when I was growing up, I had a complex, and my mom noticed it, and she tended to help me, and she was always using the scripture. You are wonderfully, you are beautifully, and that was how. I am. And everybody said, you black. You know. Say you turn up small, you go find past as you be. You don't say as you never. I'm telling you, and they tell you. You know, say I'm sure if you do this thing, you go marry. You know. They always. Let me tell you, the people that are in this world, I don't know where they got them from, but they're nasty.
Yeah. They came from the best of the planet.
But you know what I did? If you look at my status, black don't crack.
Yeah, black don't crack.
You see, it was this thing I had to work on myself. Yeah. So people have to work to make themselves. People don't have to wait for people. The affirmation for people to love.
Some people do wait because somebody is asking me for the coach, the business coach.
Which of the coach?
Okay. Somebody is asking me for business coach. I think that's Chukuma.
Yeah, give them contact, but they should know that it doesn't come for free.
Okay, I thought it was.
I was going to. Okay, coach, finish. I wanted to respond to Devon.
I was going to. You said never say never, and we're talking about blocking people. And I thought to myself, I don't do that. And I'm like, guilty conscience. So some time ago, a very good friend, my children and people around me say to me, "You're always forgiving. I'm like, just let it go. Just let it go. It's so easy." And so I had this friend who I thought she just said something. Please help me want to Kumbo. She's in my space. My heart.
Your status.
My heart stuck.
Yeah.
I was confused.
Me?
When I told my husband, I said, my prince, can you imagine? He said, it's not possible. You this. And then she went around and was telling everybody some things. I'm thinking about it now. But so I blocked her. I've never blocked her. In fact, probably the only person I probably block is my husband.
Why?
No, nothing. No. It's because when he's annoying me, I just like block him. And the whole world
is a lie.
Yeah.
You've never blocked.
I like people who are very. They say the way it is.
So anyway, like 2 years later, she reaches out to me, and I was like. You know how it is. My man, I'm forgiving you, Abi. But you know how you say forgive, you let your sense remain in one place. So I'm forgiving you, I blocked you, I just be where you are. When we talk, we see I probably hug her and everything.
That's pretense.
So it's not pretense.
So this is later. I could have said probably, but for me, I had let it go, and I saw her the first time I saw her. She was shocked. So I actually walked up to her to hug her. She was shocked. But so as time went on, I was like that, but I kept her blocked. So one day from nowhere, I don't know, one of the numbers apparently was not blocked. And I got a message. But then she asked for my parents. So that was like a way to communicate.
That just softened.
And then so I just responded on the text. But then, so she explained some things that happened. Apparently she had lost her mom before, and so she said it had really affected her. She didn't know. She didn't even know what happened. She said, who told you this and what did the person say? Really, just explain to me what happened. By the time we saw maybe a year after again, and she invited me over, and I went there, and we hugged, and she did so many things for me. So, but I thought, never say never.
Never say never.
And really, the truth is that you just never know what will happen at any certain time.
Because you don't know what
happened. For me, this is the first time this kind of thing has ever happened to me. My brother said, this person must have really annoyed you to Kumbo to say, I'm not listening to anybody, and I'm blocking her. But now I'm thinking about it is that, when you talk about something, so talking is very good. Even when we talk about relationships, communication is so key. So when I even block my husband, we have finished talking. But maybe I just want some shakara. I need him to just beg me a little bit.
Really?
Yes.
I was going to say something. When you have someone confront you with things you think the person ought to have understood about
Thank you. That's
when you have that kind of feeling, it's really right for you to be annoyed or to be angry.
Yeah.
But always find out
Why?
at what point did you begin to think of me like this. Sometimes we believe or we act as if we have been upright. I always tell people, when you mark your script, you will always score yourself 100%. In our deliberations, in our interactions with people, we may have left some kind of doubt in our actions towards the person, which could give the person the opinion we never knew we have sent out. So when you are angry, it is right to be angry, but find out, instead of continuously being angry, find out to know the person. At what point did I give you this room?
It's not so much anger as
I know.
crass disappointment.
I know.
The way I am is, if you come and tell me something that I feel is out of character about my person, it's not that I'm naive enough to think this person is saintly and can never do this. No, I know there's that possibility.
Yeah, possibility, exactly.
But based on my own knowledge of that person, I will stand firm until that person says, actually, I did it too.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, that's how I am.
Yeah, that's where two people
are. It may not be a good thing.
I have a boss that told me one day, said, Chikuma, everything is possible in life. People can always do anything. So don't always, whatever you see people do at any point in time, don't hurt yourself. It was a casual say, but it resonated with me. I just felt like whatever I hear people do or say around me no longer hurts me.
And you know,
and I built myself like that. So
because of this, my mentality, I've gotten people out of some tight positions. So you said this, my friend did this. I'm telling you, she didn't do it. Bring me proof. Then the person, actually, did it? And then you find that the person is latching onto things that they pulled literally out of the sky. There's nothing tangible for that person to. It's because the person has that warped, dirty mindset that everybody is capable of everything. It is true that everybody is capable of everything, but why not use tangible things?
But Devon, let me explain something to you. Please let me say this. See, this is a glass. When people believe something else happened and somebody else has a different meaning to that, that's life. You see this bottle, this glass. It's just a glass.
Yeah.
Ordinarily, I'm supposed to use this glass to drink water, right? And when I see this, I just know it's a glass for drinking water.
Are you sure it's glass or plastic?
Now, glass is glass. Now, do you know that somebody can see this particular glass
and use it for
and start to pant and start to shake and go into PTSD at that particular time? And you go like,
because of the person's reality.
Because of the person's reality. Now, I'm trying to explain to you why someone else can give a different meaning to what you didn't even think was there. Because of the person's own reality, the person's own upbringing, significant emotional events that have happened to them. I give an example in my classes. Somebody may have been raped by a man and he was drinking water in a glass before he raped her. So for a very long time in her life, when she sees the glass, it will bring back the memory, because she's not seeing just a glass, she's seeing the rape.
Yeah, when you do that to me, I wait a long time, then one day I pay it back. My mindset is not that way. Yeah. But I will wait a long time, then I'll do it back to you so that you see how nice it feels when people just sit around.
Let me touch base with our people. Somebody is right.
No, mine is coming from a place of serving revenge as a dish best served cold. So you understand how I felt when you threw that shit at me.
Somebody says here that I love this conversation.
It's
and I'm learning a lot from it. Thank you for discussing it. You didn't write your name, but from this it says Ayomide Bello. Thank you. Another person says, I'm watching this program now. Is it live? Yes, the program is live. And because I have answered you, so you already know that it's live. But I want to get to something. I know some people are still writing. I might not be able to read all of it. It says, talking about love in a relationship where one is giving love, but the other is not giving. What should I do?
Walk away.
Continue to give.
Walk away.
If you're not yet married, walk away.
If you're not yet married, walk away.
If you're not married, if you're not married,
buy love, man.
So anyway,
sweetheart, see, let me tell you. You know,
buy love.
Experience, no. Experience, no. Experience is the best teacher. I don't wait to be dumped.
Dump them.
You walk away because you see it.
Yeah.
Red flags.
You see the red flags.
There's a caveat. Devon said, if you are not married, walk away. But what if the writer is married?
Yeah,
now, this is the opportunity. make our time speak with the person and let the person know that these are the acts. Because sometimes what the person might be doing might be the way the person shows love. Until the person understands you,
your own love language.
he may be doing the best in his life that he is. And if you hear him talk about how much he appreciates you outside, you'll be wondering, is it the same person? So
you appreciate the person
outside. Appreciate the person here. Let me feel it.
Our time is almost up. This last question says, what if somebody accuses your son for rape? How can you solve that issue?
You understand?
It's very easy. Go and discuss with your son. So that's me thinking.
If you have your son that
to lie. Thank you. Not that
any son that lies.
My son has the capacity. Will do that.
No. If it
that happens, so you ask. You ask.
They are practical.
But then
You
don't lie. So go and find the proof.
Yes.
You also ask the person who is
ask
claiming
the person.
to be raped.
Go for a medical proof.
Get proof.
All right, our time is up. Just one sentence from each of us. How to love better in Nigeria.
Love yourself. Never wait for somebody else to love you.
Okay.
And treat people the way you want to be treated.
That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Just however you want to be treated, give it out.
All right.
100% give who you are.
Okay.
Love as you'd like to be loved.
All right. And on a final note, I want to know where each of us is from. What state really you're from? What state are you from?
I'm from Kogi.
Kogi. What state?
Niger.
What state?
Imo.
What state?
Benue.
What state?
The best. Edo State.
Excuse me.
Okay, and I am Abia. At the end of the day, there's something that happens around this environment. There's a whole lot of love going on, and I'm sure. I just heard you asking, "Wow, are you from Edo?" A lot of people do not know where we are coming from, but because we have been bonded by what we do here, we show ourselves love, even outside this environment. That's what I want us to take back. As Nigerians, God has put us together despite the state you come from. Show yourself love. If nothing happens today, I want you to reach out to just one person that will not give you back and do one charity to that person. That will be the best Valentine gift you've given to us. And if you do that, write to us and tell us what you did to put a smile on somebody's face today. Somebody you will not get a response.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Valentine.
Bye, everybody.
You didn't give me a rose.